We can tell who you are by how you move around a map. Oh, not this kind of map, this kind of map. Because as your fingers move around the keyboard, we can use this to identify who you are. So, as the old commercial used to say, let your fingers do the walking. Now, let me show you how that works. As a person is creating an email message, entering data into an application, or posting something to social media, we can measure the rhythm and cadence of how they are entering information on the keyboard to identify who that individual is. Not the content itself, but rather the way in which they actually type on the keyboard, press the keys, and move across the keyboard. This visualization tool allows us to demonstrate how that technology works. I'll start with two examples from the same person. Here I will run the evaluation in real time, and you'll see the result. Even without knowing the metrics behind this, you can see immediately that these two examples are likely from the same individual. While the graphs do not mirror each other exactly, they are a very similar shape. And in fact, if I look at my composite evaluation, I see here that they are definitely from the same individual. Now let's show how that changes when I add a third example from a different person into the evaluation. When I rerun that evaluation, now you will see, starting from the bottom with the first example, next up in the red, the second example, and at the top in green, the third example. The first two examples in the blue and the red are very clearly from the same individual. And again, the green graph here shows that it's definitely a different individual. I have a number of other visualizations and statistics available, including information about the kind of habits that were evaluated in the processing of this result, as well as the composite graph I showed you a moment ago that shows again that the first two examples are from the same person. The first compared to the third is definitely not the same person, as well as the second to the third is definitely not the same person. For those that wish to consume this data and information directly into web services or custom reporting modules, we provide a number of different statistics through our secure web services that allow people to evaluate the results and mash it up with other reports and so forth. There are a number of different uses for this kind of technology. Again, to identify who is creating content, such as things like email messages. But it can also be used to understand when an individual is not behaving like themselves, that is, physically not behaving, and there are some medical applications that relate to that. So I invite you to connect with us so you can learn more about intensity analytics and how our technology can help. Thank you for your time.